After spending only $147,000 in 5 months of work, this family turned a 120-year-old abandoned train into one of the most coveted stays in the U.S. with more than 90% occupancy rate. In this video, we'll see how Isaac's French dad got a call and bought the car that he would later transform into one of the best destinations in Idaho. Isaac French is the brain behind Live Oak Lake. In 2021, he left his accounting gigs to build 7 cabins in a charming lake on 5 acres of rural land in Waco, which he sold for $7 million 2 years later. But that's a story for next time. For now, let's explore the mind-blowing story behind Train Stay Deary. Our story starts in a quiet Idaho town, buried under decades of dust, snow, and cat fur. Laid a forgotten piece of American history, an ancient rail car. It wasn't just a rusting relic. It was an opportunity waiting to be revived. It all began with a winter's call from a neighbor. Isaac French's father, a lifelong lover of trains, was asked to help an elderly farmer shovel snow off his barn roof, which was close to collapsing. But what lay inside the barn was something no one expected. Beneath the snow-laden roof, hidden away for decades, was a 61-foot combination rail car built in 1906 by the Washington, Idaho, and Montana Railway. This car wasn't just a relic, it was Car 306, a piece of history that once transported passengers, mail, and cargo across the timber-rich regions of Idaho. Car 306 was part of a historic fleet, built over a century ago to serve the Washington, Idaho, and Montana Railway. This car and others like it helped drive the timber industry boom, hauling western white pine logs from the forest to the mills and transporting finished lumber across state lines. But by the 1950s, as the timber industry slowed and rail lines were pulled up, Car 306's life on the tracks came to an end. The decommissioned rail car found new uses. In the 1950s, a farmer purchased it for a small sum and parked it on his property. Over the years, it became a makeshift storage unit, a feed station for cattle, and even a temporary shelter for ranch hands. In the 1970s, the car was parked on a hill and served as home to a colony of cats. Left to the elements, the car deteriorated. Its wood rotted, windows shattered, and the stench of cat waste filled the air. Most would have dismissed it as junk, but Isaac's father saw its potential. For just $2,000, they purchased Car 306. But there was one big challenge: how to move a 61-foot dilapidated train car down narrow, winding back roads. The car was fragile, and Idaho winters made the ground slick with snow and mud. 2 months later, after hiring a local mover for $10,000, the car began its precarious journey to the hill, where Isaac's father envisioned it would be transformed. Despite the snow and mud, Car 306 made it to its new home, a hill with a panoramic view. With the world slowing down in early 2020, the timing couldn't have been more perfect for Isaac and his family to take on this ambitious project. They rolled up their sleeves and started restoring every inch of Car 306, breathing life back into each detail. They wanted to keep the spirit of the original car, but also make it comfortable for guests. The mail compartment was reimagined as a cozy bedroom. The cargo area became a spacious bathroom, and the passenger section, a kitchenette and lounge where people could relax and take in the views. The family worked tirelessly, from resanding and sealing every wooden surface to restoring the original windows. They even kept the old smokestack and added vintage-inspired light fixtures to keep the ambiance authentic. To preserve the car and enhance its charm, Isaac's brother built a timber frame shed and platform that echoed the look of a classic train depot. The roofline was designed not only to protect the car from the elements, but to transport guests back in time to the heyday of American rail travel. 5 months and $147,000 later, Car 306 was transformed. The mail compartment's original wood was polished to perfection. The bedroom and lounge areas were filled with warm, rustic decor, and every corner told a story of history and craftsmanship. The kitchenette now featured a vintage stove, custom cabinets, and carefully chosen decorations that echoed the car's 1906 origins. The spacious bathroom, formerly a cargo area, offered modern comforts with a classic twist. And the cozy lounge was a perfect spot for guests to take in the scenic views of the Idaho wilderness. When Isaac listed Car 306 on Airbnb, the response was overwhelming. Within days, bookings started pouring in, with guests drawn to the unique history and the beautiful renovation. At over $350 per night, it quickly became one of the most exclusive stays in Idaho, reaching 90% occupancy. But the story didn't end with one rail car. Just a few miles away, Isaac's family spotted the old Deary train depot, the very station car 306 used to pass through. They restored the depot, keeping its original character, and soon added a caboose they discovered on the roadside. Each unit offered a unique, immersive experience, allowing guests to step back in time while enjoying modern comforts. Today, Car 306 in the Deary Depot attract visitors from all over the country. This little Idaho town, once a stop along an old logging railway, has become a destination for travelers, rail enthusiasts, and anyone seeking an extraordinary getaway. Isaac and his family's journey with Car 306 wasn't just about reviving an old train. It was about rekindling memories, honoring craftsmanship, and building a legacy that will draw guests for generations. All it took was a vision, some hard work, and a whole lot of love.